All right, you guys, so whenever you first walk in, this is the first wall. It's on the right, and then this is the focal wall, and then this is the wall to the left. So I'm going to walk you through it and explain like plans and things that are going on where I got stuff like that. So first thing is I have this curtain here, and behind that is my window. Well, it's a portable unit, and so I've just crammed it behind the curtain. So that's sort of hiding that. I'm sure you can tell that there's like it looks kind of bulgy or funny. So I'm hiding that behind there for the sake of this video. So yeah, that's behind there. But I have two other curtain panels that are just like this panel that I want to have for this window, so it doesn't seem so, however you pronounce it, disparate. And also to continue the flow, keeping the window treatments the same. So anyway, I want to have one panel here, and then just never close the window curtains. Keep them open for the sake of my plants and because I like the lighting that comes through this window. And because I think it'll create a nice headboard effect. It'll just look more like pulled together. So I do plan on putting that up. I just haven't yet, but I have those panels kind of just folded up. So anyway, let's continue the rest of the room tour. Desk slash vanity, whatever you want to call it. So yeah, I've shown you guys this piece many times, but I feel like this is an investment piece. It's something that can be styled and arranged so many different ways. It's just something that is just a classic piece to me. It's of high quality, and I absolutely love it. So this desk, or I'm using it as sort of a vanity in this case, great as a dining table if someone doesn't mind wiping it down all the time, because I could see that getting pretty messy. But anyway, I got this Marcel Brower chair from a yard sale for $5, and then I put this faux sheepskin fur thing on top of it. Although the upholstery is in really good condition, I'll show you the upholstery. So yeah, this is the upholstery, just kind of like a neutral. It doesn't bother me. It looks quite nice, I think, with the rest of the room, but the sheepskin just adds that extra texture, and it looks very up-to-date, fresh. The basket came from the thrift store, just some shit that's ugly, so I stuff it in there. Ugly beauty products, ugly makeup, just shit like that in there. Okay, so the abstract art got from a thrift store for $2.99. When I saw it, I was almost in fight mode because I really wanted it, and there was somebody that tried to come up behind me staring at it. So I had already negotiated a price with the person that was in charge, like the management, because they didn't have a price on it. And so I just went ahead and grabbed it right in front of the guy and just like pulled it to the side of the room and created my pile there. So anyway, yeah, this abstract art, it is an original painting. It is signed. It has some information on the back, but honestly, I haven't cared enough to research it at the moment. I'm sure I will at some point, but I just was itching to go ahead and hang it up above my vanity because I think it's just beautiful. That's exactly where I had envisioned it when I saw it too. I think the scale, the colors, everything's perfect, and I just think it's a very beautiful piece. And although there are like some of the brass part of the frame is like missing, but stuff like that, it doesn't really bother me. I feel like it gives it soul, just adding vintage pieces. Vintage pieces get a pass in my book for like having like flaws or age and stuff like that, obviously, because it's old or it's used, it's vintage. So anyway, vintage pieces just in general give a room soul. And that's just my personal opinion. I have such a passion for thrifting, antiquing, secondhand sourcing. That's just where you find some of the most unique items. So the silhouette my daughter made in kindergarten, and I just thought it was absolutely adorable, so I framed it in a thrift store frame and painted the frame gold. All the knickknacks on top of my vanity here are from thrift stores, except for the fashion book I've had for a long time. So yeah, even the little clutch that came from the thrift store the other day, I paid 99 cents for it. Very like 80s, 90s-esque. So I just love it. And the lamp came from a thrift store. Like I said, everything here except for some of the vintage jewelry and like the Chanel makeup stuff that didn't, but like a lot of the decor, the books, the mirror, all that stuff came from thrift stores. Okay, so coming along over here is this floor lamp, which I just saw it in the warehouse at the thrift store, and I was like, oh my gosh, I had this shade on it, which I actually used on another lamp. But for this one, I put an Edison bulb. I don't know if you can see it on camera, but it has an Edison bulb in it. So it's like sort of industrial-ish. And I just like that juxtaposition with the modern art walls that I did here. I don't know if I said it in this video already, but I did freehand these walls in abstract style. I still have to do behind the mirror, but I guess you wouldn't know that unless I told you. But yeah, I still have to do behind the mirror, and I'm really happy with it. It's sort of like my old art walls that I've done in other videos, but it's just on a much like more busy, smaller scale. And I personally like this better. It's just, I guess, my personal preference. But yeah, I paid $5 for this lamp or table lamp, and it has a marble top, as you can see. The mirror I've had for a long time. Vintage Chanel bag kind of gives off that like luxe lifestyle chic vibes, just like having that hanging like that instead of like a predicted designated space. Same with like art propped against the wall. I don't know, I just like that. It just gives off like chic lifestyle vibes, just leaving it leaning gallery-esque type vibes, you know what I'm saying? So the Pantone chair I've had for a long time, and I spray painted it a hunter green. And what else did I not go over? I would like to add more to my bedding. I'm not like super happy about it, but it's what I have so far. And I'd like to change my light fixture too, but these things kind of come in time. So yeah, where was I? The plants. Okay, so the plants. The plants is, we have a lipstick plant right there, Rex begonia, lipstick plant, prayer plant, Rex begonia, and I think that's a peperomia. They are really happy right here in this north facing window. And this, I love this corner. I absolutely adore this corner of my bedroom here because I love the juxtaposition between my modern art walls, or whatever you want to call it, like feature walls. I don't really know what to call like whenever I go and do this type of shit to my walls, but whatever. I like the vintage frame and the fact that it's a portrait. I've always loved portraits. Portraits have always been like a favorite type of art for me. So I bought him at an antique shop a long time ago. So I've had him for a long time. Whenever I see a portrait somewhere at antiquing or thrifting or whatever, I try to find a way to get it unless it's just absorbent in terms of price point and I just don't have the money to buy it. But yeah, I got him. I've had him for a long time, and I love the juxtaposition between him and the modern walls. So I don't know, they just really pop nicely against one another and complement each other very nicely to me. This vintage lamp I fucking adore. I got from the thrift store for $2. I love the oversized scale of the lamp, and the fact that it's like kind of patinaed. It's a patinaed brass. Very heavy lamp. Books came from thrift stores. All this shit, in fact, came from thrift stores except for the mirror, the little Chanel mirror. But everything else came from thrift stores, including the art. The art is the match to the one that was leaning against the wall on the other side of my bed. What I like about this end table is it's very 80s-esque, and I don't know, I just really like it. I see a lot of 80s stuff that's kind of coming back. It's kind of funny how everything just kind of but yeah, this end table came from the Philippines. I actually got it from a lady that was moving, so I got it for free. So yeah, with the curtain situation, I just want to do like one panel here, and keep the windows open. It's mostly for like a headboard effect and to keep the continuation of the same type of window treatments in the same room. Okay, so moving on to over here on this side is this credenza and just some clothes. That's what we keep in here. This lampshade is actually what came on this piece right here, this lamp. But I already had this base, and the base, I don't know, like it's just interesting to me. I got it from the warehouse, and I like the juxtaposition between it and this super like modern credenza. And then I did this little abstract art here in this vintage frame. A couple of my Louis pieces, some more thrift store finds. Let's see, this mirrored piece right, or not mirrored, what am I talking about? This marble piece, got from the thrift store for like $1. So yeah, most of that is thrifted pieces. The mirror came from Let Go. So I don't know, I'm just really liking the juxtaposition between like the lucite legs, crystal knobs, modern credenza, and then you have like this vintage ass lamp and mirror. And then over here we have this Asian style art. I need to repair the walls right there, but whatever. The Asian style art got for free from the lady that was moving as well. And then this clothing rack. I got this 90s purse, or 80s, 90s yesterday from the thrift store. Got it for $5, yeah. $4.99. Vintage Louis bag. More vintage bags from like antique little places. And just a couple of pairs of my favorite shoes that I like to sit out. Louis pair of shoes, Manolo Blahniks, and then just some no-name sandals with rhinestones. So I think that about wraps it up. And then I have a cowhide on the floor. And I would like to change the light fixture like I was saying. Something really sculptural would be cool. But yeah, in due time. And I'm really loving how my vanity area has turned out. So, thank you for watching, and I will see you in my next video.